Yes. Now tell me one brain stem consists of. Good. Midbrain, pons, and medulla. Now, how many pairs of nerves are emanating from cervical region?
Ma'am, excuse me, can you repeat?
Hmm. How many pairs of nerves are emanating from cervical? Okay, good. So next question is, hmm, yes, what is the difference between brain and spinal cord structural difference? This is not a standard question. I've asked bit specifically. So, gray matter exists in spinal cord. Mhm. Yes. And how many nerves are emanating? How many pairs of nerves are emanating from coccygeal?
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
No. Is it okay now?
Okay, ma'am. Can you say again?
Yes. How many pairs of nerves are emanating from coccygeal region? Hmm. Okay. So, till when the spinal cord is reaching. Yes. Only two people, three people answered this question. This is not good. You should always answer. Okay. So let's start for today. Till where we have covered yesterday?
Spinal cord.
Not covered. It, right? Okay. So I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
So yesterday we have seen this picture and we have already discussed this picture that gray matter in the spinal cord. This is cross-section view of spinal cord, and you can see here gray matter inside spinal cord is in H-shaped or in butterfly shaped, and the horns gray matter is attached with nerve roots. Sensory roots are coming from back side and motor roots are coming from front side. And white matter is the is outer portion covering the gray matter, and this is enough, I think. And this is the slide describing all that. Cross section of spinal cord displays gray matter shaped like butterflies surrounded by white matter. Gray matter consists of core projections and forms the core mainly containing neurons and cells of central nervous system. There are two dorsal and two ventral horns. The dorsal horns are the thinner portions of dark matter and jut out from the rest towards the dorsal back inside the spinal cord. Ventral veins are wider projection of dark matter towards the ventral front side of spinal cord. So what this point is trying to tell you that dorsal veins are a bit narrower, means dorsal horns are a bit narrow in comparison with ventral horns. Okay, you can see in this picture too. And dorsal roots are connected with sensory neuron. Ventral roots are connected with motor neuron. Okay. Now, the branches coming off on back or dorsal side of spinal cord are called dorsal roots. They contain the axons of neurons returning to spinal cord from sensory receptors. Near the spinal cord, there are bulges called dorsal root ganglia. Okay, so now you know what is ganglia. Ganglia is the collection of cell body. Now, near the spinal cord, there are bulges. In this picture, you can see here. So, just near the dorsal root. Let me take the pencil. Yes. So, just near the dorsal root, you can see the bulge, and this bulge is because this bulge is the portion of dorsal root ganglia. Okay. So, as ganglions are or ganglia are collection of cell bodies, so cell bodies, it will be a bit bulged out because cell bodies having a bulging structure, then axons are cylindrical. So bundle of axons will also be cylindrical. That is, nerve is always cylindrical. But when it is, we are talking about ganglia, and ganglia will be a little bulged out type. Okay. So in this picture, you can see that this is dorsal root ganglia. And yes, they contain the cell bodies of neurons heading back to spinal cord. The branches coming off on the ventral side are called ventral roots. They contain the axons of motor neurons healing off to muscles. Okay. The white matter consists of collection of axons permitting communication. It conduct. Okay, so what white matter does? White matter consists of collection of axons permitting communication. It conduct. Obviously, white matter will contain axons because how the white color is coming from? We have already discussed. Please answer.
Maximum.
Axons, okay, but because of what this white color is particularly coming from?
Myelin sheath.
Yes, very good. So, due to as axons are covered by myelin sheath, so because of that white color of myelin sheath, this white matter is formed. Okay, so obviously, myelin sheath increases or faster the communication process. So the axons or white matter consist of collection of axons permitting communication. It conduct, process and send nerve signals up and down the spinal cord by ascending and descending tracts. Tracts are responsible for carrying sensory and motor stimuli to and from the periphery. Okay. Now, functions of spinal cord. It controls the body movements and function. Signal from brain to other parts control your movements. It also direct autonomic functions like breathing rate and heartbeat, as well as bowel bladder function. Okay, so what are the functions spinal cord is doing? Signals from brain to other parts of body, also direct autonomy functions like all the functions related to our abdominal region or chest region. So, what are those? Breathing rate, heartbeat, as well as bowel bladder function. Report senses to brain. It transmits signals from other parts of body to brain. Right? When it is transmitting brain to other parts of body, vice versa will also happen and help your brain to record the process sensation like pressure or pain. Now, manage reflexes. Yes, this is a very, very important part of spinal cord that spinal cord controls some reflexes, involuntary spontaneous movements. So, what are reflexes? Reflexes are involuntary spontaneous movement. So, we are not aware about, we do not want to do that, but we do due to reflex action. That, for example, your a candle is lighted and suddenly your hand without knowing um, flicks with the candle, or your hand touches the flame of the candle unknowingly. So unknowingly you will remove your hand from the flame of candle. That is the reflex. You don't know what you are going to do, automatically you do the action. That is what reflex action. This is the automatic action. Spinal cord controls some reflexes like this without involving the brain. Now in this case, brain do not involve. Otherwise, if wants to involve, then the process will be more late. Maybe till that time your hand may burn, Okay, so the information will be carried by sensory nerve to spinal cord. Now spinal cord will send it to brain. The brain will again send it to spinal cord. Then spinal cord will give the information to motor nerve, and motor nerve will give the action. So till that time, hand may burn out totally. Not totally, it will not take that much of time to, but when it is, the process is going on in the spinal cord only. The information do not need to go to the brain. It is happening in the spinal cord only. And the sensory nerve is sensing something coming to spinal cord, relay neuron or interneuron, then motor neuron, and action. This is at first. Or thing like anyone is pricking you with a needle, or a mosquito is biting you, instantly you do your action, right? So that is reflex action. For example, your spinal cord manages patellar reflex. Yes, this is one very important reflex used by doctors. Patellar reflex. That what is that patellar reflex? Involuntary moving your leg when someone taps your shin in a certain spot. That we have our nerve in that position. If you have some doctors, especially orthopedicians, who are checking the reflex of your knee by a small hammer. They will hammer on your knee just below the patella, and our body, due to reflex action, our lower leg goes or elevates for a few seconds. That is the reflex action, and it is checked by doctors to know whether the reflex action of that person is okay or not. So withdrawal response, touching something hot and withdrawing hand, examples of reflex action which do not involve brain. Now here you can see, this is the example of reflex action and how the mechanism is going on. Like someone's finger is on the flame, and immediately, instantly, he or she is removing hand or finger. Now what is happening through sensory nerve? Here sensory nerve is depicted by pink color. So this pink colored sensory nerve is receiving the reflex that it's hot, it can burn your finger. So that sensory nerve is coming to dorsal root of spinal cord, and the relay neuron inside the gray matter is processing the information, and it is transforming to motor neuron, denoted by sky blue color. Now this motor neuron coming to bicep muscle, and this bicep muscle is contracting and flexing the hand from elbow. Okay, so this total action is known as reflex action. You got the concept? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
So here we complete this slide. Not only here the nervous system is completed, we will continue nervous system from tomorrow also. So any doubt, any question, any confusion?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. So let us do a small question answer section for a few minutes. Okay. So, yes.
Ma'am,
Yes,
tomorrow
please.
again what will you study, ma'am?
There is another slide. We will study about a bit more.
I was happy about means today will complete nervous system. Okay.
Nervous system is not that easy. It is the main. I can see it is the boss.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is why I was telling you that don't take it lightly. It is the boss.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so yes, just a minute. Huh? Okay, now have a question answer session very quickly. Please respond what the central nervous system is consisting of. What central nervous system is consisting of? Reply fast in chat box. Very good. Now, please tell me what are myelin sheath made up of? Only one answer. Too fast. Okay. So, what do you understand by relay neuron or interneuron? Very good, Sai. So, it is the neuron between sensory and motor, present between sensory and motor neuron. By its name, you be inter means in between sensory and motor. It is present. Relay means
Yes.
relay neuron is the same. So relay means it relay the information. It convey the information further. That is why it is there in between sensory and motor. Okay. So next question is yes. What is the portion name that is connecting the two hemispheres of cerebrum? Which part of brain is connecting two hemispheres of cerebrum? Very good. Corpus callosum. Your answer is corpus callosum. So, next question is, where do cerebrospinal fluid exist in brain? Very good. Very good. Very good. Subarachnoid space. Now tell me, what are the functions of cerebrospinal fluid? Okay, good. Yes, very good. Very good. Okay. So it absorbs shock, maintain uniform pressure, exchange nutrients and waste. Now, tell me, uh, sorry, I was asking, yes, which hormone is produced by pineal gland? Very good. What consists of midbrain? Yes, what consists of midbrain? Midbrain consists of what? Thalamus, hypothalamus, pineal body, pituitary. Okay, very good. What are the parts of neuron?
Can you repeat, ma'am?
What are the important parts of neuron? Myelin body is not part of neuron. Without myelin body, neurons are also complete. Myelin body is added one, which makes the information or makes the communication faster. So it's not an important part of neuron. Means when we are talking about neuron, myelin sheath is uh, not that important. It is important, very much important in case of communication. Okay. Yes. Cell body, axon, dendrites, and axon terminals. are parts of neuron. And what do you understand by neuroglia? Yes, very good. So it supports neuron, remove debris materials, provide nutrition. Okay. Now, what are parts of neuroglia? What are the parts of neuroglia? Okay, very good. So, just like neurons, they are also having dendrites, cell body, and nucleus, but they don't have axons or axon terminals. And someone written Rajeshwari Vidyarthi, very good. Astrocyte or oligodendrites? Yes. Now, tell me what are the parts of peripheral nervous system or what are the divisions of peripheral nervous system? Hmm, I was asking about the division of peripheral nervous system. Yes, it is sensory and motor. And which one of them is further divided? Yes, good. Motor to somatic and autonomic. Right? Now, autonomic is further divided to sympathetic and parasympathetic. Now, tell me what brain stem is consisting of. Very good. Thalamus pons medulla. Midbrain. Tha- Okay. So it must answer. Okay. So next question is mm, what was I asking? Functions of hypothalamus. Thalamus is already included in the case. You don't have to, uh, separate us in it. What was I asking for? Is these functions of hypothalamus. Learning, thinking, reasoning.
Yes, ma'am, that emotional reaction, I think that these are also controlled by hypothalamus. Emotional reaction.
Is learning, thinking,
Okay, okay,
reasoning
ma'am.
is not
Then
part of
which part?
hypothalamus. Is different portions
Okay, ma'am.
for
Then
the frontal lobe is responsible for learning, thinking, reasoning.
okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
So tell me the names of lobes of brain. Very good. Very good. And which lobe is responsible for auditory actions? Very good. And for visual actions, which gland is known as master gland?
Your voice is breaking, ma'am.
Which gland is known as master gland? Very good. What do you understand by afferent and efferent nerves? Good. Very good. Now tell me which action do not involve brain in nervous system. Which action do not involve a brain in nervous system? Yeah, I can understand your typing mistake. It is reflex action. So I think now we can wind up the class. You people are going good. That is really impressive. And tomorrow we will start autonomic nervous system. That is a bit in detail. Okay. So let's wind up the class with prayer. Sit straight. Close your eyes. Take a deep and long breath. Exhale completely. Relieve all the stress from your body and mind. Be relaxed. Be fresh. Add up Namaskar Mudra in front of your chest and start the prayer. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Now rub your palms. Put these palms on your facial muscles. Feel the warmth. Feel the energy. And open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face for the day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.